Christmas is over, school. Besides, you didn't even do it right. It's jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Think bizarre, swing and fuck your mom. What? What did you do over Christmas break? What? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing? Why? What am I talking about? I don't know either. I'm very I'm so lost. Anyway, hey, hi-ho, and howdy, everybody. My name is Shannon L. Shook, also known as the guy with the fucked up face on Grisaia videos and all of the videos. You know, it really is a good thing that I've decided to put face cam on literally everything that I do now. So I literally have no chance at respite when my face looks fucked up, because I don't know, maybe you got a thing you do on your nose while you were sleeping, you're like, wait, ow, why is my nose hurt? Oh, it's because you got the, life is what it is. And then you're like, well, I gotta deal with this, and then you deal with it, and you're like, oh, ow, that hurts like a motherfucker. And then you're like, okay, but at least it's over. And then you walk into the bathroom a little bit later, and you're like, oh, look. It looks like someone stabbed me in the fucking face with a knife. Awesome, I love it. That's great, that's fun, that's fantastic. How are you guys doing today? I'm stellar, if you couldn't tell her. Anyway, what happened in the last episode? Well, some stuff. I believe there was some sparkling vomit. It's like sparkling water, but... oh, God. Carbonated vomit. This is not where I intended to take this conversation. Anyway, yeah, so Michiru and the girls Amane, so we got the two besties just going like, whoop-ah, whoop-bam, whoop-ah, whoop-bam, payback, 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 payback. It turned into just a whole thing. There was some shenanigans. It was wild. Then Amane snapped her leg in two like a fucking Slim Jim. And then we had to carry her away, and Michiru is probably fucking dead. Damn it, girl. What is with this game and trying to kill fucking Michiru? Just leave her the goddamn alone for like 5 minutes. Just let her be happy. Just let her be joyous. Stop trying to murder the muffin. Anyway, we carried Amane to the nurse's office, and by nurse's office we mean ain't nobody's fucking office. It's goddamn Yuuji's office now. Kazami Yuuji, occupation, I run this bitch. And then he went and attended to her, and she was all like, next smooches, bitch. And then he was like, don't you ever fucking do that to me again. And she was like, oh. And then he was like, shit, now I feel like an asshole. And then I feel like I'm making a little bit of this up. And then and she was like, yo, this exists. Do you want it, though? But, like, for cereals. And he was like, I do love Captain Crunch. Thank you very much. This works on multiple levels because of both your leg doing the crunchy doos to snap, crack, and pop. Which, that doesn't work because we're talking about Captain Crunch, the superior of the two cereals. Can we talk about how Crunch Berries is one of the best? I mean, if you gotta choose one of the shitty, like, insanely oversweetened cereals, especially if you're willing to allow it to, you know, paper shred your fucking mouth, it's that one. Cinnamon Life is the best of all of them, though. I really, really liked Cinnamon Life as a kid, and I like to believe it's still good to these days. How about we actually start this video? And he said no. He did say okay to her being his unofficial big sister, I guess, though. So, you know, fake incest for the wincest. Is that a thing the kids say? Don't know. That's a lie. I do know. I just wish I didn't. You literally opened this fucking video with saying, fuck your mom. So it's going to be a very interesting series of videos to record. I have to record at least 2 episodes of Grisaia, hopefully a little bit more than that. And then I have to record fucking No Game No Life 0. So I got to sit here for like at least over an hour and to change on one video at a time. And I'm definitely going to cry, especially if it breaks on me, but I'm definitely going to do it anyway just because everyone likes to inform me that, oh, you cried during the one part? Oh, you're fucked for the movie. So that's cool. I love that. Come out of it looking like his fucking Darling in the Franxx. That's what I look like. A perfect, accurate representation. I prefer eating my meals alone. Because you a hoe. Get up. That literally doesn't make any sense. But, like, why not? Why you not want to chill on the rooftop with perhaps an armless and legless individuals? And then you'd be like, put the straw in the box, get it in the grape in the juice box. It's a remix from... That's a really old callback. Wasn't funny then either. Shit. I've learned, especially, I think it was Pokemon Black that's made me really realize it. Everything I record is just this weird fucked up string of consciousness that it's real weird. I don't know how anyone follows it, because I fucking don't. And it's my goddamn brain. It's just easier that way. For one thing, I don't have to go through the hassle of pretending to enjoy what I'm eating. In the first place, there's no cafeteria or lunch counter at the school. The facilities themselves apparently exist. But after all, you can count the number of students and permanent staff here on the fingers of your hands. Your little hands. Spending the money to run our lunchroom for the benefit of that small a number of people would be completely inefficient any way you would look at it. So then, you might ask, how does lunch work at this place? Well, it's a pretty simple system. When we arrive at the classroom in the morning, we can write our names in the notebook on the podium. Every lunch period, a supplier delivers foods to everyone. Foods? Nailed it. To everyone who signed up. Boxed lunch catering, as they call it. Of course, it's completely up to every individual student whether or not to take advantage of the catering. Because the menu is basically left up to the supplier, it's possible to sign up only when they're offering something you want. Personally, I haven't asked for the delivery even once. It's not that I'm worried about saving money, or that I can't trust food made by others. Nail it. I don't have any religious principles against eating meat either. It's just, I'm not that interested enough in what I eat to bother. They say it's a common result of being raised in a food-poor environment, and considering the time I spent living together with my master and her crappy cooking... How dare you? My cooking was fucking beautiful, Yuuji, you bastard! I guess it's only natural. A full stomach and adequate nutrition is all I need. Incidentally, the lunch I prepared for myself today is 3 plain salt rice balls. My side dish was also a quick... But my boy... You do need an Amane in your life to make it not suck ass, don't you? My side dish was also a quick job. After frying onions and garlic, I threw them together to cook some with canned tomatoes and kidney beans. Adding a packet of chili powder for seasoning. I mean, that doesn't sound awful. Kind of just like a very shitty chili. I mean, you do you. As my master used to say, humans... Oh, I apologize. Humans ain't that fragile. You won't starve as long as you got beans to eat. You gotta get all them beans. The greens, the pinto, the black... Oh, my goodness. Oh, the black beans. I'm all about them black beans. You get a little bit of rice in there, you some cilantro, and oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. But I guess going with nothing but the basics is a bit too bleak for me. No point in living like a monk, so I've also bought an apple for dessert. This fucking crazy madman over here buying apples? Wild. Kind of feels like I'm eating nothing but red stuff, but there's no point in worrying about a meal's appearance. This is perfectly adequate for my needs. There's a little bit of enjoyment in food wrapped up in the visual of it all. There's a reason people take that shit seriously.
Oi, Yuuji!
Turn that all the fucking way down. God damn it, Amane. Damn. Just blew a hole through my fucking brain. Oh, so now she's dropped the honorific.
Nani?
Don't call me just Yuuji, woman. Damn.
だって私、お姉ちゃんになったんだし、弟にくんづけって変じゃない？
I don't remember giving you permission to not use one.
禁止された覚えもないけど。
Shit. She got you there, Yuuji. Okay, now it's forbidden. You can't do that. That's cheating.
もう、なんて女なのかしら。
It's true. If you can just make up shit, fucking rules and shit, then she gets to do it too. That's only fair. What do you want?
私のこと、
Oh
お
my
姉ちゃんっ
goodness.
て呼んだら 呼び捨てにするのやめてあげる。
You can always go with Yuuji. I've already started converting the comment section into calling him that, so either way, it's how it's gonna happen.
どうするゆうちゃん。
That's what I imagine his face looks like. Poor bastard. I can't imagine having to look like that. For the sake of a joke, there's a mirror here. Sorry. We're gonna move on. I broke my brain because I took the fucking mouse out the goddamn... Joke wasn't funny in the first place. Joke was I had this face. Spare me. Not even my parents ever called me that.
いいからほれ、呼んでみ、お姉ちゃんって。
Ridiculous. Positively absurd. I don't have any other big words like that. There's definitely more words that are synonyms for that, but I don't have any off the top of my
なん
head.
だよその態度。だったら私も呼び捨てやめないぞ。
That's right, you tell this man. Do whatever you want. Okay. I'll give a damn.
そうするよ、ゆうじ。
And? You need something?
いや、なんか地味に一人でご飯食べてるからさ。ね、一緒に食べない？
No, I'll pass. Take your volunteer work to Makina, why don't you?
もちろんマキナも一緒だよ。マキナ。
Makina! Hamina!
お？呼んだか？呼んだけどさ、その言葉遣いはどうだろう。
Again, you're intent on somehow fixing this child. There's no fixing her. Let's just leave her as she is. She's wonderful. Everyone's got their own. Everybody's gotta be the way they are. We can change if we want to. But if we don't want to, and we ain't stabbing people in the neck, then we're already fine. Yeah. This has been Shannon L. Shook, Feel Good Radio. No one feels good when you hear it.
お兄ちゃんもお弁当何食べてるのよ。聞いちゃいねえし。
Dude, if I hear eating out of a box around either of you, I'm...
おにぎりとリンゴと
I didn't need to say that. There was no reason. I didn't need to. But I did, but I didn't need to. Baked beans. Mm-hmm.
なんか美味しそうね。それ。
Positively scrumptious. Want to try some? It's like she's fucking slipped in the beans.
そうやって何でも人が食べてるものを欲しがらないの。まるで普段うちで何も食べさせてないみたいじゃないの。おみ、アマネ、パンちょうだい。これ絶対パンと合う。聞きなさいよ、人の話。
It really is a mother-daughter relationship, isn't it? It's just... It's... Yeah.
じゃないわよ。っていうか、あんたもマキナに何食べさせたのよ。
Why are you shitting all over me now? I just gave her some beans. Like I said, beans, she just had a mouthful, hardly a big deal.
豆って。うわ、何？その40代の独身サラリーマンみたいに質素なお弁当。
The beans are fine. What are we got against those? Especially you get like some nice, you get like it's good. It's a better side. It's a better side dish. You like some, I guess, some chicken, maybe like maybe some mashed potatoes in the right instance. A little thing of beans, macaroni. Macaroni salad's always amazing. Love it, fabulous. You and some little baked beans. There's nothing wrong with that. It's definitely not the same kind of baked beans because you probably don't have that over there, but I mean, it is what it is. Beans are nutritious. There's no problem. What do you have against legumes? You fiend?
どれどれ？
You don't just start eating my food. It's all I have. This is all I have in this world is these beans. Could be worse.
確かに美味しいけど。
Could be shrimp flavored beans. Apparently, that's a thing that exists. Ruby, you couldn't have grabbed anything but shrimp flavored fucking. Bartleby was an idiot. Well, the beans and the tomatoes, yeah.
私缶詰も大好きなのよさ。
Look at you, being just a fucking trooper, eating all my food. Look, stop eating it already. This is all I've got.
缶詰といえば昔から不思議に思ってることがあるのよさ。みかんの缶詰ってどうやってあんなに綺麗に皮を剥いてるの？
I'm not gonna ask him the real questions here. They don't. They melt the skin. Why is my nose doing what it is? Oh my goodness. Breathe, fool. I need this to not be a thing. I got shit to record today. We're good. We're golden. I live. I breathe. Let's do this. They don't. They melt the skin off with acid and alkali. Nailed it.
マジで？なんか体に悪そう。
Oh, it's just extra flavor, big bro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. The chemicals are neutralized, and they wash the fruit with water after. It's perfectly safe, as far as anyone knows.
なのよさ。
Hey, the girl's already halfway through my goddamn lunch.
ごめん。お詫びにさ、私たちのお弁当を分けてあげるから。ね。
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not desperate enough to start stealing other people's food. Makina, you silly Sue.
まあまあ、いっぱいあるんだから遠慮しないでいいのよ。ほら、じゃーんと。
Oh my god, I should have waited a second. Could have had the fucking fanfare in the background. With that exclamation, Amane nailed it. Brings out a huge wrapped lunch like she's actually gotten a number of boxes stacked on top of each other.
ほら見てごらんなさい。これが食の彩りというものよ。
Opening the lid, she reveals a box packed with a rich variety of vividly colored side dishes, practically indistinguishable from a delivery lunch from some well-established restaurant. Some well-established restaurant. I'm over here with all the class. I don't even know what that accent even was. I see. No one in the neighborhood calls this place the Money Sink Academy. Pretty luxurious for a school lunch.
これ学校の仕出し弁当じゃないわよ。
Like, why would you? I mean, look at her.
私の自作。
In the short time you've managed to know her, she's tried to get you all up on her business. She's waved her tits in your face twice, and she's tried to make food for you like 7 goddamn times. Come on, my boy, keep up. I'm dumb as hell, and I'm figuring this shit out. Nani?
言ってなかったっけ？私の実家ってね、神田で京料理の料亭やってんだよ。
Well, that might explain it a little bit. I dig it. Kyoto food in the district of Tokyo. I don't know the difference. Yuji's over here, mind blown. I'm like, those are indeed words. What? Like, I know that they're 2 different places, but I don't know the fucking difference in food.
うちとこのお母はんは京都の老舗料亭の娘やし、お父はんは神田の料理人だ
And
よ。
my dad, my pop, my old man, he's over there. No kidding? Shucks. So that's where Amane's infrequent lapses into that weird Kansai accent come from. Nailed it. And to come to think of it, the short-tempered, vaguely masculine side of her personality makes a lot more sense knowing that her father is from a blue-collar neighborhood like Kanda. Nailed it.
お料理上手なのよ。お肉が嫌いだからあんましお肉料理は作ってくれないけど。
Sure, she's a bigger fan of meat than she lets.
でも美味しいのよさ。
I'm sorry. You don't eat meat, Amane? Now that I mention it, I don't see much in the way of meat dishes inside this box. Bit of a surprise. I had you down for a carnivore for sure. All about that sausage, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't have to be a questionable thing. I know I literally just made it into a questionable thing, but your boy is all about that shit. That's like, what do you have for foods? There's sausage is number 1, obviously. Definitely. I know that's a bit of a, it's an all-inclusive sort of thing, because it's really just mangle a bunch of shit up and then put it in a thing. I get that. But that is the best one of them all. Especially like you get like some nice Italian sausage, you get some of that fennel in there. bringing it back around to Pokemon. I'm really tired of my nose being stuffy, though. That's really fucking frustrating in the middle of the video. But, like, you got that. And then the next step down from that's maybe, like, I don't know, some just nice normal sausage. And then step down from that, some breakfast sausage. You know what? No. I'm gonna take that last one back. Breakfast sausage, we're gonna push down a little bit farther, and we'll put chicken up there instead. Because chicken, as I didn't like chicken as much when I was younger. I've much grown to prefer it much more as I get older. I don't like beef nearly as much anymore. It's just not for me, man. Like, again, obviously, there's many instances of which is okay. A hamburger, hard to fuck that one up. Other things like that, I'm sure they're great. But it's just like, this is not important in the slightest. Point is sausage is great, I guess. Damn it. Come on, you need to be a big towering titan of a woman. Just be like, I shall smite thee with the flick of my pinky. Some people are into that. What, your breast getting too heavy? We were all thinking it. I'm sorry. I don't like to be on Yuji's side about 97% of the time because he's just a horrible individual, as far as I can tell. But 80% of the time when you're on screen, I'm thinking about your that's not even accurate, but for the sake of the joke, I was gonna say it, obviously. You're a wonderful person, Amane. Well, I guess you can't exactly shed inches the way you can pounds. Cutting back on meat now isn't going to make her any shorter, but if Amane keeps a careful eye on things, it might help maintain the status quo. Bit of a reactionary approach, considering she's already pretty damn tall, but I guess that's just your typical passive Japanese mindset at work. As JB once told me, there aren't many Japanese who go to the dentist before their teeth start to hurt. I could have done could have done a JB voice right there, but I didn't. Damn it. I mean, meat's good. I got nothing against it. Let's talk about the goodies. I'm not a huge fan of meat myself. More importantly, I'll take care of my own food expenses. You don't have to worry about my tastes. And see, it's something like this that's problematic, because I don't like to be the person to impose. Anyone's like, hey, here's this thing. I'm like, oh no, I couldn't do that. I don't know. No, you fucking dickhead. I'm giving it to you, so take it. And I'm like, but shut the fuck up and take the thing. Okay. Cool. Awesome. But like, yeah, I'm always that kind of person. Like, or like, for Christmas even, at work, one of the people I work with, the person whose job I ended up taking over, who went on to go and do some other stuff at the same place. Anyway, basically around Christmas is like, well, I already give everyone Christmas gifts and whatnot, and I know you're having trouble with like your computer and shit, so here's a couple extra bucks thrown to that, so you know, you kicking ass, cool shit like that. And even then I'm like, I can't take that. Like, fucker, it's Christmas. Give me take the fucking thing and be good and happy with life and shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. I'm such a scared little baby. It's ridiculous how fucking I am easily one of the biggest people in that entire goddamn building every fucking night. And you know what? I always feel so small. I've mentioned how I do not do well in social situations. It's bad. Point is, I'm always that kind of guy. I don't ever like imposing on people. So something like this is very hard to deal with. That being said, when you have someone who's fucking aggressively nice like that, then you feel, this is the thing, is it almost becomes an insult not to accept people's generosity. And it's a real difficult line to walk. Like, quite a while back, I was watching one YouTube fella, a person by the name of Near Leon Red, does anime discussions and stuff. I did a bunch of shit for Darling and the Franks, and as much as I already loved that show, getting to see his perspective on it was super fun, because he took that shit way seriously. But anyway, I went in to watch his stuff, and he ended up doing like everyone a bunch of his audience threw together a big, like, care package thing for him. Just a bunch of cool shit, because people are way nicer than they have any right to be. But anyway, like, did that and then made a video on it and talked about it, and he's very much that same kind of person. And it's one of those things is, like, the way it was described to him is, well, that's cool, but you don't get to decide what other people do for you. You don't get to... If people are gonna do shit like that, you just kind of got to accept it, because that's not fair to them if they want to do that. And it's a huge thing for me, too, is, like, I don't have... Like, the amount of help I get just fucking daily on the goddamn Discord, which, again, I'll even admit, it's barely anything. It basically amounts to... my man's in the Discord being like, yo, you need help with something? I'm like, I mean, I guess I kind of do this. Cool, here's this 5 minutes later. There you go. It is. I'm like, dude, what the fuck would I do without you? Like, it's not that complicated. But for me, like, those things mean a lot. And it gets difficult to accept all that kind of shit. And I know it was very difficult for him. But in the end, you kind of have to just go with it sometimes. And it's very much the same sort of thing. Is Amane is that kind of person who's super fucking giving and, like, supportive and caring and, again, very motherly, for how much she apparently wants to dive upon my man's dick. But, like, point is, like, it becomes a very difficult line to try and walk. Because, again, you don't want to feel like you're taking advantage of people. Or you just don't want to feel, you know, needy. Or you just don't want to impose. Because I'm very much that kind of... I don't like being that kind of person. But then again, you have to account for how other people act as well. And again, it isn't fair to shut them down for trying to help you and stuff, you know? I don't know, it's a very difficult thing. I've thought about how it would be if that same sort of thing happened to me, and I don't know how the fuck I'd deal with it. I probably have reacted in the same goddamn way, like, no, you can't fucking do that. No, I can't accept that. And then someone would probably tell me to shut the fuck up and just take it. So I don't know. It's just it's one of those things that you just don't really know how to deal with. Feels like there's never really too much of a right answer, other than obviously the right answer is just to accept it and to have everyone be happy, but then you still feel like an asshole. I don't know, it's really weird for me. I don't know, man. Sorry for the little distraction, but this is where I ended up coming off through this. Also, check my man's out. He's very good content. I really enjoy that shit. Anyway. Cool, moving on. Why are you so determined to stick your nose into my eating habits? I mean, she's a fucking sweetheart. I don't... What? Oh, sorry. Japan. Nani? Nani? Oh, God, no. They're conspiring against you. I don't get it. In other words, they just want to play house? Or maybe somebody, say the principal, ordered them to become friends with Kazami-kun for some reason. Either way, I'd prefer to maintain some distance. I can't be too casual about this as a normal student might be. I have too many things I'd like to keep to myself. Like this sweet bod. I mean, I'm used to simple food. It's not that bad. Dude, I mean, if you have the option to have awesome, badass lady people be like, yo, here's some fucking dope-ass food, though. I'd probably have to accept that. Again, we just had this conversation over fucking beans and rice. And I mean, you can have that on your own time, but... Well, I don't know. Nothing special. When I was young, I might not have gotten much in the way of luxury, but I did eat normal meals. My current emphasis on low-effort, nutritious food is the product of the way I did things at my previous school. Pardon my French, but that place the principal was damn it. I said eat shit. Moving on. And in the morning, we were kicked out of bed at 6 a.m. sharp for roll call. Damn it. Exercise and running, and then it was double time to the mess hall. We had a few minutes to eat breakfast. Take your time and you'll get a dressing down from one of the seniors. So everyone stuffed whatever food they can grab into their mouth and forced it down their throats as fast as possible. Lunch was slightly different, and that sheer amount of food they gave us became a challenge. The piles of meat and vegetables would have been hard enough to handle alone, but they threw in a heaping bowl of rice as well. We were expected to cram all that into our stomachs in about 10 minutes, washing it down with miso soup. I would love some miso soup right now. That shit is rather tasty. I ate way more fucking miso soup than I would care to admit on the cruise that I took a while back. Because there was this fucking sushi restaurant on the ship. And you know what? Shit was pretty fucking tasty. Naturally, we weren't allowed to leave a scrap of food on our plates. Vomit it up and they tell you to push it all back down again. In other words, the taste was not exactly the first thing on our minds. I never enjoyed eating that much in the first place. So once my meals became outright painful, approaching food in a purely business-like fashion felt like a natural response. Nothing but rice and beans for lunch might seem sad to Amane, but I'm not fighting my friends for a can of food, and I've even gotten fruit for a dessert. By my standards, this is high class. It's quite elegant. Yes. A nice bottle of wine to go with. This is obviously fucking coffee with fucking cinnamon sprinkled on top, which I took a giant fucking gulp of when I first got it. Damn near wanted to. It was bad. Let's just chug that shit. It's a bad idea. She's got a point. If my face is putting you off your food, I suggest you don't look at it. Nothing. Yeah, you're right about this one. Sorry. My God, we've turned to the dark side. Well, it can't hurt to play along once in a while. To tell the truth, I had a similar discussion in the past with another pushy woman. That sassy Sue. Ended up turning into an outright fight. Knocked her the fuck out. People were very upset with me at the time. I was on the run from the law. I didn't kill my wife! I'm sorry. Is that I guess a fugitive reference? A movie I've never seen? Great. It's always good. Like, I love references I make and I don't legitimately fully understand it. A certain busybody German had this habit of coming to the mountain cabin where I lived with my master, mainly to subject us both to shrill nagging sessions. She'd barge in, clean up without asking for permission, make food nobody asked for, and then leave just as quickly. I think that woman must have got a sick pleasure out of it. Oh, that is right, Yuuji. That's not German in the slightest. Moving on. Just gonna print. One day in particular, I got pretty indignant when she put away some book I was in the middle of reading. I ended up firing off the line, "Well, you're not my damn mom, ho, bitch. Slut?" That is one of the most unfun words for me to ever. I have never said the word slut and liked it coming out of my mouth. It's not even an inherently awful word. Like, it can work in very specific. Don't just run around being like, "Yo, what up, slut?" But like, there is instances in which that works. I've said it now 3 times, and I fucking hate the way it sounds coming out of my mouth. It's just awful. It just doesn't work. It's not good. That's just a weird taste. I don't like it. It's not even like, again, it's not like saying something horribly racist or something insanely overly offensive. It's just not good. Don't like it. One day, we already did this. "You're not my damn mom." I said it. I said, "Little baby, you just said it. Damn it." With predictably unpleasant results. I like to imagine it much better if he was like 4 when this happened, so that when he did get into a fucking fist fight and he won, it must have looked fucking wild. Well, it wasn't exactly the first time we'd fought, and it's true that I found her incessant meddling annoying. There's just like them damn kids and their dog. So I honestly told her as much. Serious mistake. The woman in question, already a full-grown adult, spat out the extremely childish words, "Fine, see if I care." And then, of all things, she broke down in tears, leaving me in a complete bewildered panic. Since that disastrous experience, I've learned a lot about how to handle women. First lesson, knowing when to back down is crucial. No, I won't back down. He was Senator to the gates of hell, and I won't back down. Yeah, don't resist a woman's kindness. When a woman gets worked up, words won't get through to her. And most troublesome lesson of all, women are of the busybody type. Remember the smallest grudges through all of eternity. I'm happy you're willing to make lunch for me, but don't feel like you have to do it every day. I'd appreciate it when you have the time. Oh my goodness, flustered Amane is adorable. No, I know your intentions were good, Amane. I don't have a reason or fuse that would satisfy her. Not one I can bring up here, at least. Anyway, I'm not looking to make the atmosphere in the classroom awkward over something like this. As for Amane, I don't really know how she interpreted my sudden change of tune, but she sounds downright contrite about her aggressiveness. We're both being mature about things all of a sudden. I guess the two of us are still capable of being reasonable with each other. I'm sorry, I'm gonna quit my YouTube career right now. That was unprofessional. I wasn't prepared. It just came out of nowhere. I'm so sorry. Probably a good sign, unlike that. I just wish I could get the nom bit at the end. That's all I want to hear again for the rest of my life. Fucking animal. Must have been the Joker. Oh my goodness, someone called the Batman. She's got a problem. Well, a healthy appetite's a good thing, I guess. Oh my god. Oh, my eyeballs. They feel like they want to pop out my fucking skull. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was not ready. I'm over here like, oh, you know what word I just heard. We know what's happening next. And then, and then it just kept going. I'm like, shit, I want to sit through that the entire time just for the Ichigo joke, because I love her to death. She's the best of them all. Better than the rest are. But and she all got up in my ear all of a sudden. I was not prepared. Friend, Ichigo, baby girl, we're gonna have to put it off this time just because I can't deal with it's too long and the punctuation of it is rough. So we're gonna move on from now, but you will know that you are the best forever and always. But you gotta be careful though, because I mean, Rem exists, and she's fucking fighting to get up that goddamn list. That's why I almost clicked it again. Move on. Fucking eyeballs, though. Seriously. Oh, that cough was harsh on my brain. I don't really mind giving her the apple, but I thought you said Makina didn't have that big of an appetite. Sounds about right. That's actually kind of the way I am too. Sounds a bit like a bit of exaggerate. Not necessarily, dude. Again, like I said, that's kind of me. I drop my hand on Makina's head with a thump. Where would the kid be storing all of that in this tiny body?
ご飯食べた直後だってのにお腹空いたって言い出したりしてさ。
Fucking animal baby.
そんな日もあるさ。
ねえよ。
Strange. Maybe she works like a mole or a rhino, inefficient at absorbing energy from her food, so she has to keep stuffing herself or she'll starve to death.
話してると時間なくなっちゃうよ。とにかくお弁当にしよう。マキナ、手伝って。
It's not ready for that. For a second, I thought I saw a shadow fall across Amane's face, but she and Makina quickly... What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Why are you talking... What? They dragged nearby chairs and desks up to mine, creating one large island.
大したもんじゃないけどさ。遠慮しないで食べて。
Amane pushes one of the stacked lunchboxes at me. Inside, there's deep-fried tofu covered in red bean paste, accented with thinly sliced, boiled daikon radish. You know, I don't know about everything in here, but a decent amount of that sounds pretty fucking good. Not to mention broccoli with sesame sauce, fried burdock root, Kyoto-style grilled mackerel, and chicken meatloaf. I've never had chicken meatloaf. Amane, can you make me lunch? Together, they make an amazingly well-balanced and elaborate meal. Holding back at this point would be downright rude. I thank her for the food and extend my chopsticks to the sliced daikon radish. Amane's cooking is somewhat light on this evening. I noticed as much before when I had dinner in a room, but to my tongue, used to preservatives and artificial coloring, her food is extremely gentle. Probably because I haven't eaten real home cooking in quite some time. Tastes even better than I expected. Positively delicious. Absolutely scrumptious. Tastes terrific.
なんで？
Amane, you really are an excellent cook.
だから何度も言ってるのよさ。アマネは上手だよって。
She's pretty fucking bitchin'. I'm learning that as we're going along.
ああ、料理屋の娘だしね。っていうかさ、この前だって私の手料理食べたじゃん。
I mean, yeah, true. The dinner in her room was a simple stew, and the main ingredients were just some off-the-shelf fish products, so there weren't any real surprises, but this meal has the vague nostalgic essence of home cooking. The taste calls up faded memories of the meals my mother served me. Honestly, it's a bit of an emotional jolt.
うちの母
A
親がね、
lone tear rolls down
ア
upon
ホ
my
でも
boy's
おへちゃ
face.
でもかましまへんけど、料理だけは覚えとかなあきまへんえってさ。子供の頃から料理はよく教わってたのよね。
It's an interesting lesson, but it's kind of a sweet and adorable one. Okay.
お兄ちゃん、私が旅させたでよ。卵がいい？はい。
No, I will feed myself, thank you. Even eating with others like this is a concession on my part. This is going way past ticklish and into seriously awkward territory. You just gotta go for it at this point. You have to accept it. Welcome the devil that is Makina into your soul. Makina thrusts the omelet towards my nose with a clumsy grip on her chopsticks. I instinctively pull back and turn a frank scowl in Amane's direction. Stop her, damn it! Mom! I'm sorry. Hey, Amane, do something about this girl. Or so my balance was intended to convey, but instead Amane bites her lower lip lightly and an irrepressible smile spreads across her face. She is a sassy one. Grabbing a... Yes, with her chopstick, she presses it towards my face, which I turned away from Makina's savages.
はい。
Brutus! Too.
こんなに可愛い
You
女
fucking
の子が両手
Judas!
に花
How
上手
dare you!
なんだよ。王様待遇じゃん。
Dude, again, it's awkward, it's weird, it's ridiculous. But men would kill for less.
そうなのよ。そろそろ空気
You do just gotta go with it. That is my line. Thank you. This joke wasn't gonna work. Joke falls apart when I fucked up the punchline, the beginning, don't remember the dude's name. Wayne Brady. It was gonna make a whose line is it anyway joke. But again, started wrong, continue to be and ended wrong. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? I'm sorry. Caught between a rock and a hard place, theoretically, I should gain distance, then suppress each target individually. Step 1, I need a chance to take evasive action. Combat roll. Oh, shit. Okay. I thought I was gonna be able to catch myself a lot sooner than I actually managed to. There's a bed right there, thankfully, but, shit. Ah, damn it. I have to create some sort of distraction. Just whip your dick out. Everyone in this room now has a potential weapon of last resort. My frantic gaze settles on Sakaki. Nailed it. Sitting alone in silence. Shit. Not with silence. Hello, silence, my old friend. Picking food up from a catered lunch with her chopsticks. Apparently, this is the sign of chopsticks. Boy, when this is over, I'm gonna go eat all that Chinese food that's sitting in the fucking fridge. Sakaki, I'm begging you, save me. Somebody save me. You won't let it do it. I'll watch some Smallville. I'll do that. I never used to like that show until I grew up, and I'm like, you know, it's just... It was pretty alright, to be honest. It was a good time. I don't know why I was such a bitch about it when I was a kid. As Sakaki glances towards us out of the corner of her eye, I sent her a desperate SOS with my gaze. My eyes are blinkers. Turning left. That's right. Shit. Her own silent message follows. It's probably fuck yourself, isn't it? It's fuck yourself. A truly cold and heartless answer. A brief, please try to eat a little more silently from your mouth could save my life. And you abandon me? Is this the way the Hama Academy's management treats its students? Bastards. I've just witnessed it with my own eyes, the tragic moment. Nailed it. Long years thrusting into a superpower's umbrella, forbidden from a developing military, still shedding blood and sweat in the defense of our nation, all come to naught. Sakaki, my friend and ally. In the end, was I nothing to you but a shield against the menace of Amane and Makina? A sacrifice to suffer in your place when the time came? No reason to despair, Kazami Yuuji. From the start, you were a mere pawn in the great game. A dog, kept alive on the whims of your masters, and you threw away the right to expect mercy from God long time ago. Didn't you know as much? It's too late now to think of the national interest. All that's left to me is to embrace this moment of reckoning, endure the unendurable, suffer the insufferable, find the cool serenity of still water. Put it in my mouth. Sorry. Wait, what?
こういうさ、私の押し付けがましい仲良しごっこに付き合うのって正直しんどいと思うし、そっとしておいてほしいとか、鬱陶しいって思うかもしれない。
Again, for me, it's one of those things where, like, if I was in that position, yes, to a certain extent, that is annoying. I know that's coming from me. How fucking rich. But, like, to a certain extent, it would eventually get to a point where it would grate on your nerves a little bit. That doesn't mean you can't have at least a little bit of fun with it at first. Again, I understand Yuuji and I are fundamentally different human beings, but I don't know. Maybe again, you could at least play along with it for a bit and then be like, okay, I think I had my fun. Catch me again another day, something like that. But
でもさ、私はこういうやり方しかできないし、他の方法が思いつかないのよ。ユージの過去に何があったかなんて知らないし。知ったところで何もしてあげられない。ましてや同情するつもりもない。されるだけ惨めだって知ってるしね。これはさ、私が私を慰めるためにやってるエゴだから。
I do not like it when this game gets just a little bit real. Just like just the tinges of realness. And I don't...
はい、口を開けて。
This so Amane woman is too clever at times. When she puts it like that, no matter how badly I want to escape this situation, there's no way I can bring myself to run away. That ruthless way she cuts off my path of retreat is nostalgic in a way. Reminds me of my big sister. Then again, compared to Kazuki, I guess Amane's methods are almost charming. As that thought passes through my head, the tension naturally drains from my body and I let my mouth fall open. The computer she throws in my mouth has the same simple light seasoning, the same taste of home.
Oishii?
It's pretty alright. The food is good, to be sure, but what's with all this stifling feeling? The soft taste of home cooking, a meal spent with the others. I understand this feeling of harmony to be kind of happiness. In the counter-reaction of the peaceful atmosphere, a dark thought spreads in my mind. I shouldn't be sitting here. My chest feels tight, drawing breath is uncomfortable. I'm off balance, and I know exactly why. I spent 1.5 years since my master's death keeping my distance from others. In that time, I've grown starved for this sort of contact, and I don't want to admit that to myself, because that means facing the question. Do I deserve an ordinary life? Do I have the right to an everyday routine existence, living for the small moments of happiness? Oh, huge, man. Huh? Yeah. You have no right to say anything. Look, I told you I can feed myself. I've gotten used to this sort of thing sooner or later. I want to believe that, but there's a part of me that can't. Even now, there's a nagging discomfort in the corner of my mind. There's always a side of me that accepts and a side of me that denies. And in a fight, the side that denies always comes out on top. I guess that's the first thing I should try and fix about myself. Is there a reason I can't stay broken? An obvious question, but I think I'll leave it for another time. Yuuji, I spent this entire fucking video over here laughing my ass off, my eyeballs shooting out my fucking skull. And then you gotta bring it down and get fucking real and make me feel real bad about you and want to just give you a big fucking hug. You do, Yuuji. You deserve some goodness. At least that's what I wants to believe. You just gotta let him in your heart, my boy. Life's so much better when you can just love things and people and shit. It's cool. Shit. Now there's no way I can end this on a happy note. Or is there?